Something that is very important and we tend to overlook oftentimes in dog training, just in general, is that when a dog does reach a certain standard, it does reach a certain level, that we maintain that standard, that level through consistency with the dog. The quickest way really to breed just confusion in the dog, a dog that's unsure of what it is allowed to do, what it's not allowed to do, is not being consistent with the dog. And you've progressed all that way through training. Now you've set a standard for it. And a dog is not a robot. It's not always going to follow that standard, that level, unless you maintain that through consistency. If it's taught to sit before you go outside and then you open the door, you go out, the dog comes out, and you do that as long as you're on time or as long as it's really convenient to do. But then if you're in a rush or you're late, you let the dog just bump you and knock some people down and go out. You can't expect that dog to be clear and be certain just exactly what it can do and what it cannot do and what's expected of it. It's no different if you're out in the yard doing yard work and let the dog jump on you, and now company's over and it jumps on them, knocks their kids down, and then now you're aggravated with the dog because it's acting out in that way. But that dog's just doing what it's been allowed to do. It's allowed to jump on you when it's outside. It can't really put two and two together that now we're inside and they have company, that we're not still having that party outside and I can jump all over you. And so it's just an uncertainty in that dog of knowing, again, what it can and what it cannot do. And so once you reach that standard, that level with the dog, be it obedience or just field work, you have to be sure and be consistent with the dog. Do the same thing day in and day out. Not necessarily training the dog, but just maintaining the standard that you've set for the dog so that the behaviors you want, it understands them clearly and gives you those behaviors, as opposed to being uncertain and unsure and then just really winging it as far as it's concerned.